Good evening, everyone. This is December 20th, 2020. I'm in Dartmouth looking over at Halifax. And tonight we're going to take a walking tour up Portland Street and look at some of the Christmas lights over here and see what it's like to walk around at night. We got snow on the ground from the storm 2 days ago. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get out in the snowstorm and do any videos. But we're here tonight, and I'm going to take a walk up Portland as far as I can, and hope you enjoy this. I'm going to try to zoom up of the city if I can. We'll see what we can do with that, and maybe we'll see the harbor and the bridge in the background. There we go. There's the bridge. All right, I'm at the ferry terminal in Dartmouth, right down by the water. Now I'm gonna walk up the street by the ferry terminal. This place over here is a stage. Sometimes in the summer they have bands and things there, like special events and things. So I walk towards that, and you get to see what that looks like over there. It's a really nice place to have a concert. In the summertime they have events that goes on here, and they have tables set up and stuff, and the band plays up there. But we didn't have anything this summer because of COVID, but normally there would be. So you get a good look at that stage. You got a nice roof on over it there. It's a big stage. You can have a big band play there. And so anyway, we'll continue on up to Portland. I'm still making my way up from the ferry terminal here. And let's see, they got a little bit of decorations there, and there's some things on poles around here. Not a whole lot of decorations, but a little bit. Well, let's see, my walkway is not such a good walkway because it's covered in snow, but that's all right. I got good shoes on here. I'll be able to walk through this, no trouble. As long as I'm careful, don't fall down, break my neck. Okay, back on bare ground again, back on dry land. Okay, one more shot of the city from here. Okay, see what you can see from here. All right. So I'm just crossing the railroad tracks here now. This spot right here goes right underneath the walkway. Like in normal times, there's tables and chairs and stuff up there. You can go to in the terminal. There's a Tim Hortons. There's a small one, but there's a Tim Hortons, and you can take your coffee upstairs there, and you can sit right over the top of the train track, because there's tables in place, and you can charge your phone, stuff like that up there. But right now, everything's shut down because of COVID. So that's that. And that rail yard, where those two tracks are right there, that's where they make up the trains right there. There's a whole bunch of tracks just beyond there, and that's where they put the trains together that's going east, I guess, to Montreal or wherever they're going. And that's where they do that right there. Okay.
Yeah, they give it to me from Dartmouth. And Halifax never
Okay, so I'm at Portland Street now. I'm going to cross the street so you can see what the ferry terminal looks like in the front. Maybe I better push the button here just to be sure that it changes for me. Yeah, I wanted to come out and do a video on the snowstorm, but unfortunately I was busy with different things and things that I was booked for, and I couldn't get away from those things, so I had to look after that first, and by the time I got done with all the stuff I had to do, it was too late to go out. So I get up real early in the morning too, because me and my wife share the same car, and she gets up around 3 o'clock in the morning. She usually at her job at 4. So I have to go over with her so I can bring the car back if I need the car that day. If I don't need it, she just takes it and I'm on foot, which is okay by me because you don't have to think about parking then if you take the bus or the ferry, you can just go wherever you want. Don't have to worry about parking, but we share the car anyway, so on the days we have to... oh, my gimbal took a little spin there for some reason, which I don't know why, but there we go. It's fixed again. But I don't know why it does that. I think a Bluetooth connection maybe is what caused it, but hopefully we'll get by without too much of that tonight. So that's the ferry terminal right over there, that building with all the lights coming out of it. That's the ferry terminal. And there's a library up in the other end. The end is not lit up. That's where the library is. One of Halifax's libraries. As far as I know, there's at least 4. I think there's 4 libraries here. There could be more. I know we got the Dartmouth Library right there in the terminal. And there's one on Gottingen Street, and there's that big new one on Spring Garden Road, and there's another library up, I think it's called Clayton Park area, that area. There's another one up there. So there's at least 4 libraries here. There could be more, but that's about what I know about. Some reason my gimbal wants to turn around to the right on me here, and I don't know why. What's going on? Try to straighten it up here if I can. So far, it's not responding to my controls, so hopefully I can get that thing to straighten up and it don't give me a whole lot of trouble here, because I can't use it like that. It's really giving me trouble. So hopefully I can get it solved. There we go. Okay. Sometimes it'll do that 2 or 3 times when I first turn it on, and then it will come out of it. It'll start being okay. So hopefully that's the case. There. Right now it's set. But maybe I'm moving it around a little too much. I'll try to hold it nice and straight. And maybe it won't cause me any more trouble. All right, so right here where we are now is Portland Street. That street that I stepped on when I first came out, that was Alderney. Now, up Portland we go. And let's see what we can see on Portland tonight. I don't know if I ever walked up here with my camera at night before. Not sure. But I know there's a few nice things on the way to see at night. And in my 100 subscriber special video, I took a picture of a screen on the side of a building up here, and it's run by a security company called Turple. Yeah, when they moved in there, they put this digital lights in the whole wall of the building, and it can do anything. They've been putting Christmas themes on it, and there's other things too, whatever message you want to put on it. But it takes up the whole wall. There's a pizza place. So you're really going to like that digital sign on that building. It's the whole wall, so it's really something spectacular to see at night. The day I filmed it, it was still daylight a bit, but it'll be really good now because it's dark. And there's another mural on the side of a wall, and it lights up not the same way. There's light shining on it, but it's real nice too. So we're making our way down Portland, and there's might be a hair place or a nail place, something like that. It's open anyway. Seems very quiet on Portland Street tonight. Once in a while I meet one other person, but for the most part I'm walking by myself here. I just had to get out tonight and do something because the whole weekend went by and part of last week. I was going to go out a couple of days there last week and the wind was blowing so hard. You know, it's like you can't film videos in the wind because it makes too much noise on your phone. So I had to pass on those days where I had opportunity, and now I'm just making the opportunity tonight. I don't really have anything really to do. I helped out in the house all day today, and so we was out a couple of times, but as a family, and didn't really have a chance to do any videos. But now I'm on my own tonight, and it's really good for people that are married and got families. It's really important that you have a little bit of time on your own, because it clears your head, and you can think. You're so busy with everything when you're home, you don't really have time to think about anything, or to, just to clear your mind. And so you walk around by yourself, and it's really a good thing to do if you have a family. And like, we get along really good, but I still like to go out by myself just to, for have my little time, a little alone time. So, you don't get on somebody's nerves or under the feet all the time. So I like to get out and walk around by myself sometimes, and that's my time for doing videos. I see that place up there is really quite spectacular, what they did with the size of that building. You might see a glimpse of it there now. It's way down, about the last thing you can see on the line with the sidewalk here. It's quite spectacular. And the store windows are all decorated up for Christmas. And it's hard to believe this is Sunday. Christmas Eve is Thursday. It sure sneaked up on us some fast. I'm glad I started my shopping early. Got everything. I got all my shopping done pretty well. And my wife got hers done. My son got his all done. And I like talking to you, just walking along here, because, I talk about my own things in my own life, and somebody might be interested. So I'll just tell you what happened. I mailed a Christmas parcel to my daughter in Ontario, and she didn't give me the complete address. So it came back yesterday. So now I got to turn around and mail it again. And it wasn't cheap to mail it, and I got to pay postage again now to send it up, because she didn't give me the complete address, and they didn't know where to send it, so they brought it back. It would have been there Christmas time. Now it's going to be late. It'll be after New Year's before she gets it now. That wall right there has got a mural painted there too, but you can't really see the mural right now because of these lights that are on, but they're still nice. The mural is painted something like the lights are. I think my camera might have showed it a little better too. Anyway, it's pretty nice. Okay, we are coming to the corner of Prince Albert Street in Portland. I'm always amazed at how much better I can see with my camera than I can see just with the naked eye. Seems to light everything up better like that. That church in the background, you can hardly see it in the darkness, but it lights right up for my phone. I'm going to try to get across there without getting run over if I can help it. I see we got a lot of snow down there on the ground. I think I can get through it. Alright, back to a sidewalk again and bare ground once more. You can see we had quite a snowstorm here. I don't know, if I was to guess how much we had, I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 inches, something like that maybe. Still piled up along the sides of the road, but the sidewalks are bare and the roads are bare now, because they look after the streets pretty good here in Halifax. I gotta say that, they're not wrong clearing the sidewalks. And now you'll see something on the other side of the road there. It's quite spectacular. That's Turple security guys is in there. They got that screen that takes up almost the whole side of the building. And it got all different things on it. Sometimes you got like Santa Claus and reindeer and whatever they want to put on. I'm sure it's computerized, and so that's pretty cool. So right across the road from that is a place I'm quite familiar with. Is Tim Hortons, and I just may go in there and buy a coffee and bring it with me. You can't sit down in there, and I'm on foot, so I don't have a car to sit in, but we might possibly go in and get a coffee anyways, and hopefully they'll let me walk in and go to the counter. I think so. I think the counter's open. Alright, so we'll give it a try if I can get in. Okay, so I gotta put my mask on. They won't let me in for sure. Oh, enter only. Okay, I think I can get in. So I'm just gonna turn this off for a second to go in and get a coffee and a couple items I wanted to buy, and I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I bought my items, a couple of Tim Hortons mugs, which are going to be used as Christmas gifts, and got my coffee. Now I just got to straighten up my phone here as best I can. I think maybe that's not too bad. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we'll get on our way. Oh, I got to get my mask off now because I had to put my mask on in there. Now I'll take it off, because I don't need it to walk home or walk down the street. So, okay. So, making sure everything's good. Yep, all right. Oh, and my gimbal went out of whack on me. I know it probably would, so okay. We'll get this set before we go. All right, it's giving me some trouble again. There we go. Okay. Hopefully I don't get any more trouble from this thing, and we're able to complete our video without too much problems. All right. We'll see how it goes. Right now we're okay. So we're leaving Tim Hortons, which is right there. And I used to go there a lot before the COVID came along, and sit in there and watch some videos on my phone and chat with people, but those days are gone for now. All we can do is buy a coffee and keep on walking. But at least they got the door open so you can go inside. The last time they shut it down, you had to walk up through the drive-through window if you're on foot and get your coffee that way and stand there where the cars get it. But now they let you walk in. You can go in, at least get your coffee. So that's a big step. So I heard on the news there that our COVID cases are coming way down. There was only 2 or 3 new cases today, and the whole province is down to about, I don't know if we're under 40 now. It's not very many for the whole province. And there was only a couple new cases today. So that is real promising. And I wouldn't be surprised they'll keep the restrictions on till after Christmas just to make sure people don't get partying and stuff and spread it around. Because there's big penalties for if you get caught having a house party. I think it's a $1,000 fine to each person who was at the party. So nobody wants to take a chance on that. And but if we keep going the way we're going, I wouldn't be surprised by January places like Tim Hortons will be open back up with allow you to sit in there, but not, you have to stay spaced out a little bit, but still that was okay. That's the way it was before for quite a while, and I didn't mind that. You go in at Tim Hortons and sit down, and you could take your mask off when you sat down. It was pretty good. I didn't mind that at all. So now I'm up here at Pleasant Street, which is a busy street. But I'm not going to walk through the light because it's not green for me, and I don't want to take a chance. So I'm going to try something here. I'm going to hook my arm. They gave me a bag to carry my mugs I bought, and I'm going to hook my arms to the handles, and that will free up my hand for handling my gimbal and my coffee. There, that gives me a free hand now. Okay. So as soon as we get that light changed, I'll go across. But I think I missed the cycle, so I'll push the button now. All right, so I'm at the corner of Portland and Pleasant. When I started my phone out again, I started off at a new cycle there, so I got about 15, 17 minutes maybe before it shuts off on that one. And so we'll try to fill that up between now and then. I'm walking towards where I live. There's one of the buses that comes down by our place. We got about 4 different buses you can take. Usually don't wait any more than about 5 minutes, 10 minutes for a bus. And they're never full now because of the COVID and everything. The buses are never that full. That one's probably empty. There's probably 1 or 2. I count, I think I saw 1 person on the bus when it went by. So this time of night, that'd be typical. And, so you're going to see the snow on the sides of the sidewalk here. You can tell we got a fair little bit of snow, and I really don't mind it because it's not cold out tonight. It's around, my one temperature said 0 and the other one said 1 degree Celsius. Okay, which is I guess that's 33 degrees Fahrenheit, 1 degree Celsius. So it's either 0 or 1 degree, whichever. But it's not cold out. There's no wind blowing. I find it very comfortable to walk here. I'm in my bare hands, and I thought it might be cold, but it seemed to be okay. And I don't mind walking along at all here. The snow on the sides of the sidewalk is kind of pretty. And make my way home. I can usually walk home from Tim Hortons in about 40 minutes, but now I'm carrying things here. I might have to walk a little slower. But anyways, we'll see how far it goes. And my phone only holds so much, and then sometimes it'll shift to another segment, and you have to put them all together on the computer. But I'm just waiting for my when this phone is paid for and I can get a new phone. I'm going to take this phone just for videos and that'll free up all the stuff that's stored on it, and I won't have to. I'll have more storage then because I won't have to just keep anything on my phone. I always get a new phone whenever this one's paid off, and I can get a new one because it costs the same amount of money if you keep your old one. You're still paying the same payment, so might as well take a new one. I wish they had some kind of a plan like after 2 or 3 years it was paid off, then they lowered your bill because you have your phone paid off. Would be a smart way to do it. Then people wouldn't be going out getting new phones every couple of years. But that's what we have to do because you're paying for it. So you might as well have it. And the last couple of times I went and got a new phone, they threw in a tablet along with it. I had to take some data with that tablet, but that's okay. At least you get a new tablet at the same time. There's some nice Christmas lights on this house. There's a few coming up the hill here on Portland that's got nice decorations. We put up some lights, and I guess we've had them a few years now, maybe 4 years, the outside ones, and a couple of lines in it, the lights went out. I went out and looked at them and tried to get them going, but to no avail. I couldn't get them going, so that's I'm going to leave as is for this year, and then I get the notification, but that's okay. I don't answer my Facebook that often. So every once in a while they give me a notification like, you have 20 notifications on Facebook. But that's not on my big things to do list, is Facebook. I didn't even care about it. And my wife took my phone one day and got it on Facebook, and so I started seeing a few people on there I knew, and I chat with them a little bit. My old boss in Ontario was on there, I talked with them. So it's kind of handy that way, but a lot of times I just don't feel like bothering with Facebook. So here's a beautiful place right here. This is a big house, and they got lights everywhere on it. They got a big snowman. My snowman's like that, but he's a lot smaller. And yeah, there's the stairs are all decorated. Looks like something out of a Batman movie. Yeah, they got a train here. It's all air, filled with air. But it looks like they had a train wreck because one car is upset. Probably the wind. All right, we'll continue on. If I stop talking, it's because I'm tipping my coffee back to have a sip of coffee, okay? Yeah, it tastes pretty good on a snow, not a snowy night, but with snow on the ground. We walk along here. Tastes pretty good. Have nice warm coffee. I love coffee. I love trying out different people's coffee. I go in a lot of private coffee shops where it's just like they're not a chain, like Starbucks or Tim Hortons or something. They're just like one. The family owns it, and it's one coffee shop. I like those kind of things. Sometimes the coffee's a little strong, and sometimes it's really good. So it's you try them out, and then you know which ones you like and which ones you don't care so much about. I like supporting local business because those local business people are always there, and they're not going nowhere, and they're going to be there to serve you. And a lot of times you can, you have friendships with people that run them, and so therefore it's good to support your local businesses, whether it's a store or a coffee shop or whatever it is. If it's a local business, we should try to support it because we want to keep them in business, keep them here. That's my take on it anyways. I'm just going to turn around and see what it looks like back the way I came. You can see I came up a steep hill. So if you hear me huffing and puffing, this is one of the steep Halifax hills. And it's a long uphill walk, pretty much all the way home. It's an uphill walk. So you can't hear me huffing and puffing sometimes, but when I get on these hills, that's enough to make you huff and puff. So I'm walking up a hill, and it'll level off up here, and then I'm going to have another hill. Then that'll level off, and I got one more hill before I get home. I may walk all the way up because there's a lake up here. I'm going to show you where that lake is and the name of it. And it's just a small lake, but it might be interesting to somebody maybe live in this neighborhood. And they'll look at this video and say, oh, I know that place. Yeah, there's that lake and there's those houses. Yeah. So I want to try to do that. I've never filmed up in that area before. A lot of YouTubers, myself included, I guess, we don't like to let everybody know where exactly we live because you never know. There's 99.9% of the people out there are good, but it only takes one, and you'll wish you didn't let people know where you live. But I'm going to walk fairly close to where I live tonight, and if any of my neighbors see this video, then they'll know who it is. But that's okay. I don't mind people knowing who I am, but it's just not good to let people know exactly where you live. The neighborhood's okay, but not right down to the house. That street there's a dead end. I live pretty well. If you went up that street, there's a lake up there, and I'm on the other side of the lake. So I have to walk extra to go around the lake and then back up our road. So we'll keep on going. We'll see how much time have I got left here. 17 on this one, 18. This one could stop. More than likely it will. And then it will start over again. But we'll keep walking. If it stops, it'll just start right up again anyway, so it don't matter. And I could stop it right here, and then we'll start it up again. That's a good idea. Okay, I didn't move. I just turned it off, turned it back on. So this will be three videos I got to piece together to make this one video when I get home on the computer. My son usually helps me out with that because he's brilliant on computers, and he's a sound guy. He went to college to be a sound technician, to work in a recording studio or live shows and that kind of stuff. And he's working at it right now. He's on a job he's doing. He's working on sound, and he also runs cameras sometimes too. There was an event here a week or two ago that CTV was doing, and they called and said they wouldn't have anybody to run the camera, so my son ended up doing the camera for this CTV thing that was going on. So he's one day he'll have a really good job in the field. Right now he takes what he can get, and sometimes he does funerals. He films the funeral, and for a fee, and it's not steady, but he's had a couple of gigs like that. I'm sure he'd take a wedding or something too, or a band that wanted to be filmed and sound really good. He'd do that. So I'm still climbing uphill, coming up another steep hill here. One day you won't be cold walking around Halifax, unless it's really cold out, because just walking up the hills is enough to keep your blood pumping and keep you nice and warm. Alright, I'm going to try to shift hands, put my coffee in my colder hand, and put my gimbal in my hot hand. There we go. I think I got to straighten my screen out a little bit. There we go. Okay. It usually gives me the most trouble when I first turn it on. I don't know why, but after it's been on a while, it doesn't give me much trouble. So if any other YouTubers out there having trouble with your gimbals, give me a comment on my channel, because I got quite a few videos out there now. Just go on one of my videos and put a comment in there. Let me know how your gimbal works, if you have trouble with it as well, and what else there is out there. Whoops, I'm playing with my phone and I'm causing all kinds of things to come in my screen. Hopefully they'll go away. Otherwise there's going to be a whoops, now my gimbal's acted up again. Great. It's really turning around here on me now. For some reason it's going all crazy. I touched something I wasn't supposed to touch. There we go. We're back in focus. But my zoom came up. Now I gotta get that down. There we go. Okay, everything's all back together again and righted, as far as I can tell. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to be taking a little trail through the snow here. Hopefully it's not too bad. And this is how I get home. Take a shortcut to this trail. It'll look like I'm out in the field somewhere, but I'm not that far away. My street's just over there, and there's a little store, and I think we'll be all right walking through this narrow pathway. I'm going to just have a little bit of coffee here and then continue on. All right, so this lake right here, I told you I would show you this lake. It's just a small lake, but it's called Maynard Lake. So anybody wonders what this water is, and you notice it's fresh water and it's not even frozen yet. Here we are, almost Christmas. Last year it was frozen, the year before that was frozen, you could skate on it. This year it's not even frozen. So it tells you how much warmer it's been this year. And I would expect by the end of this coming week that the snow will be all gone, because I seen 7 and 8, and I think Friday next week is like 12. So I don't think you'll see the snow sticking around too much longer, which I guess it's good and it's bad. Everybody likes snow on Christmas, but right now it's looking like a green Christmas. But there's upsides to it. You don't have to come out in the morning and clean the snow off your car. You don't have to shovel a spot in the park. You know, you just come out, get in your car and go. Unless you're frost, you got to scrape it. But there's some kind of a thing showing on my screen. Hope it's not going to show what on the picture. It's like a little box with a plus sign in the middle. So let's just hope that that goes out and doesn't stay there. It might be just a guide. It might be just a guide for me to keep my picture straight and get the center of it. Chances are that's what it is. It's probably not anything. that's going to show on the screen. It's probably just a guide for me to keep my screen centered. So hopefully that's what it is. All right, so I am now on Lakefront Road. You can see the grocery store over there, like a convenience store, Lakefront Variety. And they're real nice people in there that run that store. And so we moved here 2.5 years ago when we came down from Toronto. We found our apartment online. And I gotta say, living in this neighborhood isn't bad. It's mostly working people that live here. The rents are a little bit lower than they are over in Halifax. So that's why we're going to stay here, because, you know, it doesn't matter. We drive over to the city when we go, or take the bus. It's all right. It's not that bad. And so I really got no complaints about the area. I find there's some good people live in some of these buildings, some I've met. And I haven't met everybody here, but I've met some. And so far I've met everybody's been good. I haven't met anybody that's really been a pain. Most people here have been good neighbors. So can't really say anything that way about it. Even though the rents are a little cheaper, most people here are family people. They got kids, and we're a family, but we haven't got any small kids. Just me, my wife, and my son. I got other kids, but they're grown up too. Some are in Ontario, some are in New Brunswick. They're all over the place. So, and but anyways, I really do like it here. It's a nice place, and they do clear our sidewalks whenever there's a snow here, and that's good. But sometimes when they plow, the downside is if your car's, like we park on the street, there's no driveways. You park on the street, and if you don't get your car out of there after a snowstorm, the plows will just plow around you, and you might get stuck behind a bank of snow, or that just won't get moved. That bank of snow is there until the next snowstorm. So the best thing to do if you live here and there's a snowstorm, get up and go somewhere with your car. And when you come back, that's what happened to me. Right after it snowed, I left. When I come back, it was all plowed out. So I just drove right into a nice plowed spot. See all these spots right here? There would have been cars there when the plow came through. So they only plow it once, and if your car's there, well, that's too bad. The snow's staying. Now, they may come around again in a day or two, decide that there's a lot of spots here that need to be cleaned up, and you never know, they might. But it's not for sure. There's the office for right across the road there for Lakefront Apartments. I try not to be too big a pain when I have to complain. I don't complain too often, but most stuff I don't complain. But once in a while you have to get something fixed, and so you have to go to the office to get them fixing it, whatever it is. Anyway, that's their little office. And right down part of the office, but on the other side there, they do have a party room where you can rent for whatever you want to do. We used to jam down there. We had a little band going in there, and we used to go in there and jam, and could get that party room. And I guess we had it for every second Sunday at the time, and so it was a good place to practice. You could make lots of noise and didn't bother anybody. But now you can't do things like that. You can't get together and jam. And you can't do much of anything because of the COVID. Although I did hear that starting next week, you're allowed to have 10 people in a room, but they have to keep their distance, of course. But you can't have up to 10 people. Starting right now, it's 5. So that put it out for us for getting together and playing music, because that's only 5 people. So we're not doing anything right now. But hopefully soon it's going up to 10, and then we'll get back at it again. And so, I'll just put a little plug in for I got another site on here, another channel, and it's gospel music. My wife plays keyboard, and of course I play guitar, and so we did some of this stuff up in Ontario when I was younger, and then we did a couple of videos in our living room with just me and her together, and we did a couple of videos, or a couple of things with her. She plays trumpet as well. So anyway, we do gospel in the rockabilly style, like I like the old rockabilly music and the old rock and roll and the old country and that kind of stuff. And so, if you want to look us up and have a little look, you see what I look like. And I'm the short guy with the gray hair, and you'll see me play on some of the videos. I'm holding a orange guitar, and the one I got now is they call it a butterscotch blonde. So it's got a black pickguard and a blonde look to the guitar. So if you want to look us up, we're called Gospabilly, like hillbilly and gospel put together, with Gospa with an A. So it's Gospabilly. If you want to look at our site and have a look at me, because you never see me when I'm doing videos. So if you want to look at some of our music, look it up. And if you do look it up, do like you do on this one, hit that like and subscribe, because that really helps. And we haven't got too many hits on our music channel, because music is tough. Music is a hard thing unless you're somebody famous. Not too many people look at your music. But I'm a songwriter. Everything that I do is songs that I've written. And there's some pretty lights up there. One of my neighbors, I don't know them. But anyways. I'm just looking to see if my car is here. If it's not, that means my wife hasn't got back yet. Her and my son went shopping while I was out doing my videos. So, and so anyways, we'll continue on up the road here. And as I was saying, Maynard Lake is right over here. If I walk over across the road, you still might be able to see it from here. Because just by the time you get to the end of this road, you'll be pretty well to the end of Maynard Lake. It's just a small lake, very calm tonight because there's no wind or anything. So if you look right through across the harbor there, and look right just beyond these bushes, you can still see Maynard Lake. And the end of the street is just up there. So I'm not going to go all the way up. I'm just going to pretty well stop right here and look at some Christmas lights around here. So I'm almost to the end of my video, and we'll end it right here, I guess. I'm on Lakefront Road in Dartmouth, and we will end this video right here, okay? So if you like watching these videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, because it really does help. And thank you so much, all those that do watch my videos. It's greatly appreciated. So on that note, bye for now.